I just have got the kids down, so I thought I would check in with you, make a cup of coffee and tell you about what happened yesterday, as well as telling you about our new business. Do you want to know what one of the new businesses is? Well, if you do, keep watching. And as always, guys, if you enjoy the videos, please give them a thumbs up. It really helps me push this video out to other people who hopefully will enjoy it as well. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Let's make a coffee.
I would like to come home at the end of the season, but it feels a little bit like just pulling the pin, you know?
I went through and made like a pros and cons list of you coming home next Friday. Oh, I think there's a lot of pros to you coming home next week.
Yeah.
We've had this huge opportunity come up today. We haven't even talked about it. And I just I struggle. I really, really struggle while you're away.
Yeah, I know, baby.
I can do it, and I have done it. I've done it for 7 years all up or something. But there just comes a time and a point where I have to say, like, I have ambitions. I have things that I want to do. Like, I'm struggling with the kids in childcare 10 hours a week to progress, you know, and you know that I'm not like a kids play group, kids at the park 6 days a week kind of a mum. Like it just dampens my spirit. How did it go?
Yeah, it was good. It was just I just said, look, you know, I've got some good news or some bad news, depending on how you look at it. I'm calling to give him a notice, and then he was like, oh, so can you do have you got another swing in you? And I was like, nah. Yeah, and he's like, oh, is it anything to do with the job? Is it the roster? And I was like, nah, it's not the job, it's not the roster, like, that's all good. It's just, like, I just can't be away anymore. It's just not working. No, he was all good. And he's like, yeah, you know, like, doors always open, like, you're big lost, you know.
Yeah.
All the rest of it.
Oh, well, that's nice that he, that he handled it that way.
I think it hasn't really sunk in yet.
Yeah.
You know? I think it'll sink in when I've still got another week of work, you know?
Yeah. Do you know what I am not going to miss?
I'm not leaving anything behind.
I'm not going to miss hardly being able to hear you because of crappy signal.
Yeah, me too. It's painful.
It just makes it so hard to maintain communication when you're on a site where it's like, ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Yeah, it's just down there.
And like, we both have the skill set that the job calls for. I mean, we've been doing all of the maintenance on our investment properties for however many years now, not to mention these 2 renovations. And when I look at the work that was done here by the maintenance team when we were in New Zealand and how poor the workmanship is, and then I hear my sister say to me, like, we've been waiting 4 weeks to get our ranch slider fixed and our towel rail and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, that's just...
The standards aren't really that high.
They should be. The standards should be high, and that's what we're going to deliver. But it's just terrible that they're not. Like, do you remember we paid over $3,000 for all of that maintenance work because we said, look, please go through the whole property, have a look, anything that needs to be done, like, send us a quote, we'll approve it, and let's make sure, you know, it's an older home, everything's up to scratch. And then when we actually got back into the country and looked at it in the flesh, it was just terrible. It's just a rental. Like, it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. Still an investment, you know? Like...
Yeah, and the tenants have to live there.
Yeah.
I just think it's a great opportunity. Like, I think if we marry up our work ethic, our love of property, if we can utilise my network, it'll be interesting to see what are the problems that come. Because I anticipate the problems to come to be like, will we have enough work is a concern. But who knows, in 12 months' time I might look back at this and it's like, the actual problem was we had no work-life balance because we were so inundated with work.
Yeah.
So hard to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yesterday was huge. Two big things happened. The first was we got our finance approved to take some equity out of our home here and utilize it as business loans for the two new businesses that we're starting up. Not long after that, maybe slightly prematurely, Tom handed in his resignation. It was a Friday, so I think he was a little bit nervous about having to stew on it over the weekend. We had initially planned for him to stay on a swing longer. I've been really struggling with juggling everything that we're trying to achieve at the moment, mentally, with knowing that he's going to come home for one break and then go back to work again for 2 weeks. And so I asked him, can we just pull the plug? It's not working. Can you hand in your resignation? And he agreed. And so this is it. We're doing it. We are going full on self-employed. No employed income, no guarantees of success. So I want to share with you guys what one of the businesses is. It's very much aligned with what you have come to know and see from us in terms of property. We are starting a property maintenance group called Handy Fixes Property Maintenance. So Tom and I were sat trying to think about what kind of businesses we could really put our heart and soul into that would give us the kind of flexibility we want, be doing work that we find to be fulfilling, and also give us the opportunity to put our energy into a business that we can actually build and grow. And that's where we came up with property maintenance. We ourselves have been property owners for... I've been a property owner since I was 20 years old with Thomas. During that time, we have had a lot of different experiences, and when it comes to property maintenance, we've had some really awesome experiences and some really terrible ones too. And so we decided that we felt it was an area that we could really add value to people by doing some really basic, simple things like showing up on time, doing a good job, being communicative if you are running late, cleaning up after yourself. We've had maintenance done at our property here when we were stuck in New Zealand in 2020 that was horrible, and when we actually were able to come back in the flesh and have a look at it, the quality of workmanship was so poor. And I think there is a mentality of, oh, it's just a rental, and so there's not as much care put into the workmanship of what's being done, because ultimately it's not the owner who's paying the bill who's there seeing the quality of the work. And so that's something we want to do differently, is produce really good work. It also means for our family that we have some flexibility as well, that we can choose to take on jobs and figure out, maybe we want to knock off early on a particular afternoon and spend some time with the kids down at the beach, who knows. So I'm really fortunate through my network as well to already have people reaching out to me with opportunities to not only do property maintenance work, but builders discussing opportunities like doing the 12-month post-settlement maintenance work after the house has settled and you're dealing with maybe a squeaky door or some cracks that need to be addressed. So that's an exciting opportunity for us as well. I'm really frothing about the idea of going around and networking again and putting ourselves out there as a new business and saying to different property managers, we're a new property maintenance business in the area. We would love it if you gave us a shot. I thrive off that. I thrive off of putting myself out there and showing what we have to deliver and showing what value we have to add. So whilst I am a little bit scared, I'm also very, very excited. So I just wanted to check in with you guys on that. It is going to be a roller coaster journey. We still have the apartment to finish off. We're only halfway through at the moment, so having Tom back in Perth full time will mean that we get a lot more time and opportunity to work on that, particularly as we ramp up into this new business, because it's not going to be day one that we're fully booked. So, I mean, maybe it will be, who knows. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed this video today. There'll be lots more to come. If you have any questions at all about what we're doing, drop them in the comments below. I love responding to your comments on YouTube. I'm pretty much able at the moment to get to every single one of them, so drop me a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. Other than that, guys, the kids are asleep. I'm gonna make the most of it. I've got to tidy up my house. It's so messy at the moment. So yeah, hope you have a great day and take care.